I'm gonna wreck it!
If I'm really honest with myself, it sure must be nice being the good guy.
Ralph, you are bad guy, but this does not mean you're bad guy.
I don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
Welcome, ladies and gents. I am John from MaffmanJones Reviews, and today's featured movie is Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph stars John C. Reilly from Step Brothers and many other movies, Sarah Silverman, Jack McBrayer, and some other people as well. And the plot is basically about this character, Wreck-It Ralph, who is in this game called Fix-It Felix Jr., and this game is basically the reminiscent of Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong. And Fix-It Felix Jr. is Mario, and Wreck-It Ralph is Donkey Kong. And Wreck-It Ralph is tired of being a bad guy, and he just wants to be a hero for once. And he goes to these therapy sessions where he meets up with all these great characters that we all know and love from real-life video games. And he decides to abandon his game to go set out on a quest to become a hero. I've been looking forward to this movie since its announcement. I'm a big video game fan. I love games new and old. I grew up in the 90s and partial 2000s, so I have some old school flavor. There's a lot of potential at hand. And they could have easily screwed it up. Disney could have easily screwed it up. But Disney knows what they're doing with their material, and they always deliver. And I have to say, once again, they have delivered, and they have delivered big time. This is one of the best Disney movies I've ever seen in my life. Perhaps one of the best anime movies I've ever seen in my life, too. It has the typical cliches you would find in an anime Disney movie, but it also has many, many surprises, and it just embraces the video game-esque feel of the movie. And just the characters, the lore of the story, the world, everything is just, it's so damn unique. Now let's dive deeper into Wreck-It Ralph. Let's go with the voice acting. The voice acting all around was superb, and I wouldn't expect that at first, but John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, and the rest of the cast really embraced their characters. Going into the actual story and the lore of this world that Disney throws you in, they introduce it to you in a great way as well, and it is a lot of great fabrications of this world. The movie is very beautifully lit, it's very colorful and vibrant, and there's a lot of great things to enjoy in this movie, but you're mainly pulled through the story of Wreck-It Ralph, and you become so emotionally invested in the Wreck-It Ralph character that even though everything else is a compliment to the story that is Wreck-It Ralph's. There are a lot of references to previous video game franchises that go far beyond back to like the 60s and 70s. I mean, first of all, we got Q*bert, we got Pac-Man, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Some of the jokes and just some of the visual gags that are supposed to interpret video game lores and just certain franchises like Sonic and like others, for example, they're very subtle. And they don't throw it in your face. They don't go, hey, look, video game reference. If you get it, you get it. And when you do, it just makes the experience of this movie much, much greater. Going into the screenplay and the writing is extremely sharp and it's extremely funny. I mean, they really built the world between the arcade that the games are inhabited in, the actual games themselves, Hero's Duty, Sugar Rush. There's a great lore that these screenwriters and the director and everybody involved just created and explored. And there's so much more that they could if they wanted to make a sequel. And a Disney animated movie's hero is only as good as their villain. And the villain in this movie, which I won't give away who it is or what pertains to the actual character's plot, one of the best Disney villains ever. Such a great backstory. The story itself is very surprising, and I was shocked to find out when they revealed what the true meaning was behind the character. And it just kept getting better as it rolled along, too. It just kept getting more sinister and evil in a delightful way, if that even makes sense. As far as comedy goes, there is some slapstick for the children, but there's also a lot of great visual and actual joke gags for the adults and teenagers that if you've played all these great video games that go back to, like, the beginning of video games, you will appreciate these jokes. And you'll have a great time. And there's some great character development, and you get to really become invested in these characters, like I said before. And this movie does get pretty emotional, I will admit. I didn't cry or anything like that, but I did well up, and I did feel this great heartwarming feeling inside by the end of the movie. The last legitimate thing I want to specify on this movie is that it has a great moral, a great lesson, and it's all taught through the character arc of Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, this character goes on a really big journey through the course of this movie, and by the end of it, you feel very satisfied and you feel a great sense of fulfillment, and it just came together, wrapped up so well, and the ending wasn't very happy, but it made sense for the character, and if you really were invested, it should make you happy as well. There was one point during this movie where I looked away and I looked at a seat for some reason, and I went, oh crap, I'm in a movie theater? I felt like my soul and spirit went into the world of Wreck-It Ralph, so that when I looked away, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm on planet Earth? It's hard to explain, but if you understand what I mean, then great. Wreck-It Ralph is destined to become an animated classic, a Disney classic, and it just has all the great aspects that you would want in a great movie. There's something for everybody here, and I mean, if you walk out of this movie and you don't like it, I feel like you have no soul. I am sorry. Shout out to Steve Hansen, who is a great friend of mine, and he asked me to make a shout out, and I am doing this weird British accent or something because of all the whispers. This movie is getting 5 out of 5 stars. It's MaffmanJones. I'm sending a message to everybody, and I mean everybody. When you get the chance this weekend, or soon during this Thanksgiving month, go see Wreck-It Ralph. You will not be disappointed. If you plan on seeing Wreck-It Ralph this weekend, and you have seen it, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you think it was as great as I thought it was? Or did you not like it at all? Also, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this review. Also, like the video. Check out my Twitter and Facebook accounts on my channel itself. I am John from MaffmanJones Reviews, and I'm gonna fix it!
I love my mama! Oh, good. The cops. Hold still. Ow! Take that! What are you doing?